Let's be honest, most riders think they've got the lean mastered. They believe that as long as they tilt the bike into a turn, they're doing it right. But here's the harsh reality. 99% of riders are leaning the wrong way, and they don't even know it. This mistake isn't just about looking sloppy. It's about silently killing your control, stability, and safety every single time you ride. Now, I'm not talking about a small error you can ignore. I'm talking about a deeply ingrained habit that feels right while you're doing it, but is secretly working against you. You might feel confident, even smooth, but in reality, you're fighting the bike's physics instead of working with it. The scariest part? You won't even realize the danger until it's too late, until the road gets wet, the corner gets sharper, or the car in front of you makes that one sudden move. Here's what most riders never understand. Leaning is not just bike goes left, body goes left. There's a balance between your body position, your center of gravity, and how you load the tires during a turn. Get it wrong, and the bike feels heavy, sluggish, and unpredictable. Get it right, and suddenly every curve feels like it's pulling you in, almost effortlessly. Your tires grip harder, your line is cleaner, and your reaction time is sharper. The truth is, if you keep leaning the wrong way, you're not just missing out on performance. You're setting yourself up for that one corner, that one mistake that could cost you your ride or your life. Today, I'm going to rip apart the bad habits you didn't even know you had and replace them with a technique that makes you part of the bike, not a passenger holding on for dear life. Step 1. Understand why most riders get it wrong. The first thing you need to accept is this. The bike doesn't care where you think you're leaning. It responds to physics, not your ego. Most riders lean with the bike like they're glued to it, keeping their body perfectly aligned with the frame. Sounds logical, right? Wrong. When you do this, your center of gravity stays high and inside, forcing the bike to lean more than necessary for the same turn. More lean means less tire contact patch. Less contact patch means less grip. And less grip is a silent countdown to losing control. The mental trap is that it feels stable when you match the bike's lean, until you're in an emergency. That's when you find out your reaction options have been cut in half because you've been positioning yourself like a passenger instead of the rider in command. Step 2. Shift, don't just tilt. The correct way to lean is not just to drop the bike, it's to shift your body weight strategically. Imagine your head, chest, and hips, forming an invisible line that moves toward the inside of the turn, but the bike stays more upright than you. Yes, you heard that right. Your body leans more than your machine. This lowers the center of gravity, increases your tire's grip, and keeps suspension travel in the sweet spot. If you've ever seen professional racers corner, you'll notice their helmet is almost level with the inside handlebar. Their upper body is hanging slightly off, and their outside knee is gripping the tank. That's not for show. It's a calculated position that lets them take a sharper turn at higher speed with less risk. Step 3. The 3-point control system. To pull this off consistently, you need 3 anchor points. Outside knee. This grips the tank and locks you to the bike, preventing your weight from sliding away from the curve. Inside arm. Light, not tense. It guides the bar without pushing too much, allowing the front tire to track naturally. Head and eyes. Your head should be inside the turn, looking through the corner to where you want to go, not staring at the road right in front of your tire. Your body follows your eyes. These 3 points keep you planted, precise, and in full control, even when conditions are unpredictable. Step 4. Correcting the wrong lean habit. Here's where most riders fail. They try the correct lean once. It feels strange, and they instantly go back to their old habit. That's because your brain is wired for comfort, not performance. You need to reprogram it. Start slow on wide and safe turns. Shift your upper body inside. Keep your bike slightly more upright and let your knee grip the tank. Over time, this position will feel more stable than your old way because it is. Step 5. The hidden benefit nobody talks about. When you lean correctly, not only do you corner better, you also have more room for error. If mid-turn you suddenly see gravel, water, or an obstacle, you can stand the bike up slightly without leaving your lane. That extra margin is the difference between adjusting smoothly and sliding out violently. Riders who lean wrong have no such buffer. They're already maxed out, and any surprise instantly pushes them past the limit. Final warning before we move on. If you keep leaning the wrong way, you're training your muscle memory for failure. It might not bite you tomorrow or next month, but it only takes one wrong turn, one wet patch, one unexpected car door to find out just how unforgiving physics really is. Learn to lean with intent, not just habit. and you'll ride with a level of control that 99% of riders will never experience. So now you know the truth: most riders are leaning wrong, and some of them will swear up and down that their way is just fine. And maybe they've never had a close call. Maybe they've never slid out in a wet corner, or scraped pegs in panic, or run wide into oncoming traffic. But ask yourself this: do you really want to test your luck like that? You see, the difference between a skilled rider and a lucky rider is simple. Skill works every single day. Luck runs out. If you've been leaning wrong all this time, you've been depending on luck more than you think. And here's the part that always stirs the pot: some riders will never change. Why? Because they take it personally. They think admitting they've been doing it wrong is an attack on their identity as a rider. But I'm telling you right now, the smartest riders I've ever met are the ones who adapt, not the ones who defend their mistakes. Now, I'm curious. Be honest with me and with yourself. How do you lean? When you take that corner, are you glued to the bike like it's a dance partner you can't let go of? Or are you shifting your weight, dropping your head toward the inside mirror, and letting the bike stay slightly more upright? Better yet, tell me your riding background. Are you a street cruiser who takes corners smooth and slow? A sport rider chasing clean lines? Or maybe an off-road rider who's used to a completely different body position? I want to hear from every style, every experience level. And if you think I'm wrong, I dare you write it down in the comments. Not because I need to be right, but because I want riders watching this to see every opinion and decide for themselves. But here's the twist: if you're one of the rare riders who already leans the right way, you're in the 1% club. Drop a comment with number 1% rider, so everyone else knows you've already unlocked that control most people never touch. Watch how many people either respect you for it or try to argue with you. One last thought before you type: remember, this isn't about looking cool in photos or impressing your friends at the cafe stop. This is about being alive to ride tomorrow. About having a bike that obeys you like an extension of your body, not a wild animal you're just hanging onto. And if a simple shift in your lean can give you that kind of control, why wouldn't you take it? So let's start a war in the comments. Do you think leaning more than your bike is the ultimate way to corner? Or do you swear by staying glued to the frame? Drop your answer, your reason, and your riding style, and let's see which side wins. I'll be reading every single one, and I guarantee you this is going to get heated. Because at the end of the day, there's only one question that matters. Are you leaning right, or just leaning into trouble?